Hey guys, welcome to Roll for Adventure. We're on episode 27. Just wanted to quick bring up something. Last episode and the last few episodes, you would have noticed that there's a mic quality change, so it should be a lot better for all of you. We're also wondering if there are any other changes that you guys might want us to have to the episodes. Could be maybe different types of cameras, video, sounds, whatever you guys can come up with. Just let us know what we can do to improve it, and we'll get into it.
All right. All right. Having ventured far from the city through a increasingly decrepit forest, you had arrived at the Bloom Grove, sent the guardsmen back to the city to send word, to give information, and entered a rather forsaken-looking village. The Bloom Grove no longer in bloom. Rotted grass and leafless trees surrounded by mushrooms and bioluminescent fungus that had taken its place. Following Strider's tracking of your Quasit friend moving through the village, you began to see shapes moving behind buildings, eventually noticing a Vrock, this large, vulture-like demon that was patrolling the front of the village. Narrowly pushing past it, undetected, until you began to hear voices in the town square. Something of a subtle disagreement between two feminine voices. One was told that they were to track down their daughter, the one you know to be Yunlin. You heard, or Strider heard from his position, the buzzing of wings and a large shape that just craned above a building before completely vanishing from sight. Pushing forward, you saw the first signs of the hag, Mother, this being that you have been tracking and hunting and theorizing about. Draped in ancient rags, a metallic headpiece, 6 arms wielding daggers and candles and incense, vanished from sight before you could get the drop, addressing you each by name, seemingly knowing who you were and why you were here and how you could be of help to the hag, inviting you all to her so-called Coven of One. Didn't take long for a fight to ensue. Hard fought, but fruitless, almost losing Daria during the fight. And upon finally killing the hag, she merely bid you farewell and to see you later, as she decomposed in an instant, rotting back into the earth. And the large statue at the center of town began to move. Through a hard slog, you were able to bring the statue to the ground, reasoning with whatever was inside it, persuading it to break free. And eventually it did. The same green light that you'd seen at the front gate to the village, now in a vaguely humanoid outline. This glowing green, fey, celestial figure that fell to the ground and introduced itself as Elmadon, spirit of the Bloom Grove. And as you are all injured and wounded, Daria still sitting on the ground with Seren tending to her, Gavin kind of posting up next to the plinth the statue was standing on, gaining his breath, with the pile of rubble and Elmadon in front of you. What do we do now?
All right, I suggest that we all take a breather, collect our thoughts, and more importantly, and I look over to Almadon. I think we have some things to discuss about Bloomgrove and potentially the other druid settlements.
Of course.
You said you watch over Bloomgrove as a spirit. Does that mean Wood End has one as well? Someone like you?
Yes. My sister to the south and my brother to the north.
And I want to tell him about what happened at Wood End with like the big tree and then all of that stuff. Just explain it to him. Do you know what it means?
Perhaps my siblings sensed my struggle, my pain.
But she's okay, your sister.
I would imagine. I wouldn't know. I've been trapped, suppressed, held in that darkness, unable to escape.
How long does it been like you've been alive for?
Before there were mountains here, before the trees sprouted from the soil, we gave them life, my siblings and I.
The thing that has done this to you and everyone is the hag known as the Mother, Night
Yes.
Hag, demonic type. We need to know how to find her. Her coven of one, whatever she calls it.
Wait, she's not dead.
No.
No, that's just like a spiritual form.
Crumpled away, saying, "See you later," so I very much think she is still around.
Could she be?
Essentially what we're asking them.
Would you have any clues? Did she say anything?
I wish I could help you. I've been trapped here for... Who can tell?
Tell me, why is it that Bloomgrove is in the state that it is now in? Is it because you were shut away, or just purely because they were taking the bloom lilies?
Partially. The lilies are my way of providing for the forest. I give them to the town, and they are my connection to the people.
Can I insight check to see if he's been honest throughout this whole conversation so far?
An insight check.
17.
17. He doesn't seem to have any reason to be dishonest, and he is aware of that.
Do you think you can bring Bloomgrove back?
There are no more lilies. No more people to connect with. It will take time, but it will flourish once more.
All right. Do you know where everyone went?
I was the first to be captured. Look at the sorry state this place is in.
If you don't know where the hag is, but you've been alive long enough, Do you know how one could truly kill a hag? To my knowledge, she could be like a fiend where she just comes back some other day of the week.
I try not to stick my nose into things that are not my business, but I have a friend who might be able to help you. A few hours from the village, if he still lives.
What is his name?
Drofentor.
And is he like you, a spirit, or
He has spirit. But he is as ancient as he may be, he is mortal.
Is that a dwarven name?
Give me a history check.
That's 15.
15. That feels like something kind of on the outer edges of giant naming. Something kind of not quite a giant, but on the outskirts of that.
Interesting.
I worry about Vandir and the other leaders of this druid settlement. Vandir, wrong name. Garvir. Garvir and Yenlin and her mother.
Why so?
Well, I think the hag has poisoned Garvir and Yinlin's mother, and they might pose a threat to Bloomgrove recovering.
Their lines are long. Their lineage. If they can recover, they will. With help.
Do you think defeating the Night Hag would definitely quicken their recovery?
Who's to say? Cause and effect.
Final question that I have concerning them is, do you know where Garvir is?
I do not concern myself with individuals.
I think that the best lead we have is finding your friend then. If he has information on how to kill a hag, it's important that we have it.
Actually, can I inside check him on not knowing where Garvir is?
Yeah.
Because maybe Garvir has somehow done a funky. 14.
14. This guy is reasonably easy to read. Despite not having any expression, you can tell that there is an honesty in his voice. When you mention names, he doesn't seem to... He doesn't seem to recognize individuals.
Doesn't really.
When you're
concern.
talking of Garvir, his eyes seem to wander to a family tree, to a much more broad
True.
definition of who Garvir is.
I guess if this dude's been around for a while, it probably just kind of zips by. Alright. That's fair.
You. I sense a familiarity. Your name, your lineage.
Yes, I am Yorna Valstrom. My father, Vandir, is one of the elders of Woodend.
So you have druidic blood.
Yes.
That spectral hand made of light, almost like fingerless, and how vague this outline is, kind of reaches out in your direction. You feel this kind of warmth in your arm for a moment.
That's how my pack started.
Yes, druidic. There's something within you, tied in your chest and bound somewhere else. You cannot feel the heartbeat of the forest, can you? Hear its whispers. There is a connection deep within you. Powerful but bound. Unmistakably there, but strangely absent. It's not currently your own, is it?
No, I could never figure it out, I guess.
It was taken from you. Your connection.
Taken? I didn't know that was something that could happen.
There are many powerful beings in this world.
Alright, I'll think on that information. Thank you.
If you are to look for Drofentor, head to the east for a couple of hours. There are some ruins there, where he calls home.
Is there anything we should do to make sure that I trust that he's a friendly fellow based on you saying that he's a friend? However, we could come across him and he might be a bit dangerous. Is there any way to let him know that we're friend, not foe?
Introduce yourself. Leave your steel in its sheath.
Yep,
Don't attack.
can do.
Should we clear this area?
No, it's no point.
Do you think you will be alright with there are still things roaming around? I don't know if you've got, magical powers that can probably deal quite quickly with this kind of stuff.
This form was a means to capture me. It will soon fade, and I will return to the forest.
Right, I see.
I don't really think there's a point stopping and killing creatures.
No, I think as time goes on, I think they will naturally be purged. Especially if we take care of the hag. I'm hoping it'll have a knock-on effect of everything around here.
Eventually we might have to kill the leftovers, but I don't see... I think it's just something that's going to slow us down currently until we finish the hag.
I agree. We should focus on the hag. Top priority is getting rid of that. Thank you so much for, I guess, sticking around and talking with us, and thank you for,
Thank you all for your aid. There have been many souls that have tried and fallen here recently.
Well, we certainly won't add to that.
No, unless it's the hag.
Yeah, the hag goes down, no one here goes down.
Gonna go round up the groupies.
Yeah.
Well, after those fights, how you're feeling?
I feel like shit.
Yeah, you do look awful, and I'm sorry that you got flanked like that.
I have to say, I really thought I had lost you there.
There's still time.
Well, don't do that.
I think I might just sit here for a while.
Yes, please do.
It's up to you guys, but I'm gonna put it to a vote. I think after we go and see this Drofentor fellow, potentially, you guys should go back and report everything that's happened.
That might be a good plan.
Who's going back? The Legion?
Yeah.
I agree. I think maybe having this many people for something like this.
Harder to sneak around, as well as the hag showed her power at that moment that she could take down anyone if she wanted.
It seems like we aren't particularly high on the keep alive list.
No.
Yes, I'd rather minimalize casualties. For sure.
I'll go there and I'll pick up my sword. Sheath it.
Alright, then I propose we rest for a moment, catch our breath.
The direction of the guy, is it where we came from?
It's off to the east.
So
If you were heading back, you'd be going south.
yeah, okay, so we don't have to run into the rock in that
No,
direction.
you'd be going through the forest in the direction of Garen's well, if you remember roughly where that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it all begins, guys. It all ends.
That's a few days from here, though.
Yeah. I think potentially we should head a little bit and then rest. I would rather not rest inside.
Especially
city.
knowing there is stuff roaming around. So I suggest then that all Legionnaires start making your way back.
I think we should at least short rest with everyone outside. So they're not, might potentially run into Fritz. when they're on
Yeah, of
1
course.
HP.
Alright, so we'll all gather just outside then. We'll say our goodbyes and probably let Carmine know that we might be a little bit longer than we had anticipated. Just let her know everything.
Just quickly. Ripley, can I see your mic for a sec?
Microphone.
Or drying up like Lily unplugging the Wi-Fi by accident. Intermission.
That's weird. It had just disconnected. Here we are.
Or you just do, because like, if I'm coming through a super channel, just like, have it like I'm lagging.
As you're gathering a little bit, see that spirit kind of parts of its form turning like a yellow and kind of drifting back into the forest as it's like running an arm along a nearby building, and you see like part of the arm drift away into light.
While everyone's walking away, can I just quickly run up to him real quick?
Real quick.
Real quick. I just have a question.
Of course.
It's been around before the mountains were mountains and such. I know of another living being that's been around for a long time. A large tree, and I explain roughly around about where it is. Do you know it by any chance?
He is a wise old friend.
Nice.
Yo.
Just wanted to see how long he's been alive for, so probably similar time.
Also before the mountains.
Before the
More mountains.
Damn.
The first tree to sprout.
That's
Sick.
poetic as hell.
Sick.
It's not often I get to converse with the individuals.
Mm.
Thank you.
No worries. Alright.
And the
Good
last
luck.
of his form disappears into the wind.
Catch up with the others.
So we taking the wrist slightly.
Yeah, we'll trek out a bit of the city,
Yeah, the
village, settlement. Just
And
out
then-
of harm's way.
Yeah, then find a place to short rest. And then I'll go grab the horses.
You expect me to walk?
I got you.
Ah, fuck. Prop herself up.
Yeah.
And
Piggyback.
I got her. I got high strength. She's good.
Alright.
you're gonna go back for the horses?
After we short rest.
Okay.
I'm gonna loop around
Where did we leave the horse?
at the
At the front.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'll go do
Wait,
it
that means you have to
stealthily.
you have to sneak past the rock.
No, I'll go around. I ain't going through the fucking town.
All right.
But it's cool.
So where are you taking this short rest then?
Okay.
Well, we'll start going towards the east, and we'll just
Once we get out of the village going east,
yeah.
we'll find like a little spot that we'll double check.
Yeah.
Maybe some
But
perception.
more like
Is-
cover. There's some. I know things are withered around here, but
Elaborate.
just
Can I
some.
get some survival checks from the group?
Survival.
Ooh, la la.
If only I was Ari again.
Damn, I'm
Got a-
alright
got a
at
ranger on the
survival,
team.
but only if I roll well.
I don't know if that's called being
A
good at
natural
something.
20.
Well, I've got a +3, so it's like that's decent.
Yeah.
But if I roll a 6, not very decent, I get a 9.
Oh, I have a +7. That's yeah.
Oh yeah, well
that's,
you're a ranger, makes sense.
22.
All right. You look around for a little bit. Eventually, you find a small clearing that seems like it's out of earshot of the village, still close enough you can go back for the horses, and there doesn't seem to be anything lurking in the trees around you.
I hope Yinlin's alright.
Should we find she managed to evade her for how many months now?
True. She seemed to be doing alright for herself in the nearby woods. Or what's
Capable if she was taking on those creatures on her own, so I wouldn't really worry too much. Plus, we're the ones that have to prepare and fight a hag again.
Who knows? We might bump into her, actually. Never know.
Alright. Have a short rest.
Alright,
Yeah,
you'll take a short rest.
Short rest, and
Your companions heal up a bit.
Open the tree. Roll.
let's see. I didn't use my axe thing, so I still have hit die. What is my HP? Decent. I might not need too much.
Back to max, but
Yeah, I'm not making that mistake again. I will always go to max. Oh yeah, plus con as well. Whee!
yeah, I was at my con last.
Alright, I'll do one more, I think.
It's not
Should
great
do it.
because I probably hit my max. A little
Yeah.
bit.
Ooh la la.
I think I had to roll on my dice anyway to get there.
Puts me at 60.
So it's tough remembering because multi-class.
That only took 2 hit dice to get to max.
Can I get a perception check from everyone?
Oh, perception. Come on, bait off. Gotta get the bad rolls out now.
19.
17.
9.
Okay.
Sorry, 16.
Okay. Lovely. As you're all sitting there for that moment, your wounds beginning to heal, or at least be on the way to healing. So you're looking around the group, everyone kind of taking that moment, a few of their wounds ceasing to bleed, ceasing to be as bad as they were. You begin to notice a few of the scars that everyone has are not healing like the rest of their wounds.
I checked my wounds.
Of looking over yourself for a moment, you can see, of course, you're only moments after a fight, so nothing is healed per se, but that gash from the hag's dagger doesn't seem to be making any progress towards healing over.
Oh.
I want to try and see if it's because of magical means or if it's due to something natural.
Give me an Arcana check, or Nature, depending on what angle you're coming at that from.
I don't like where this is
Oh,
going.
I mean, Daria just gets 0 HP back.
Wait a
We'll
minute.
heal up.
Do
Yeah, but it's
They
like
just seem to be sitting.
9
probably-
for Arcana.
a lingering
Hard to
effect.
tell. It doesn't feel natural, but you're not sure that it's necessarily magic either.
So,
Does this look normal?
not at all. It's a bit black and grey. Can I see if it's a poison or if it's magic?
Give me either medicine or Arcana, depending on your angle.
Medicine.
Yeah.
14.
14. Doesn't appear to be any poison or toxin.
Probably something to do with her blades, maybe magical in some form or way.
What if it stays like this?
There's clerics in the city, but potentially it might go away if you wait long enough, who knows? Hasn't been long since the fight, so we don't really know how it reacts yet.
I guess so. Does it feel like more painful in any way? Or like does pain linger?
No. In fact, interestingly, as you're like checking yourself over, I assume everyone's healed back to almost full.
Yeah.
I am full.
The pain that you would get from having an open wound doesn't seem to exist. Like, for all intents and purposes, you feel at the top of your health.
It could be something that might flare up when we battle the hag again.
Flare up?
I'm
Sound
thinking
lucky.
it's probably some lingering effect. Maybe a curse.
Can I see if I can recall any information about hags being able to do some sort of move like that?
Give me a history check.
Can I try and like recall back to if there was any significance to the blade?
Yeah, give me... Oh, God. Just give me a wisdom on the blades.
Wisdom.
18. I took advantage because of favorite enemy.
15.
15, right. Strider, this feels unique. This feels like not a blanket creature ability. This is something unique to the hag. And the blades... I mean, the blades had a ceremonial look to them, but they didn't appear to hold enchantment. They didn't appear to be special necessarily, but unique, certainly.
I would just watch it for a while. Based on my knowledge, I don't think any creatures that I've read about really have attacks like that. So might just be special to the hag. Well, luckily I didn't get hit by the hag.
Good for you, I
Got
guess.
plowed by a damn giant statue.
You got hit by the hag.
Did I?
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought-
He teleported behind you and scraped you on the
I
back.
did. She grabbed me on the back. I just remember I took like 8 damage
She
from
gave
a
you the
giant
Jason.
statue.
Mm.
It's interesting what the being said to Yorna. I didn't realize that things could be taken like that
It
either.
makes no sense because I always thought that, yeah, I mean, it's not common for us druid folk to not have these.
Oh, you settle down.
Yeah. Well, it's, and just, I always thought that I couldn't do it because maybe I was just one of those rare cases and it's weird because pretty much everyone in my family excels at it.
Oh, it makes sense then if it's a rare case.
It's fine. I was adopted, don't worry.
That would make a lot more sense.
Do you know what's even better? So she was adopted into the water
Really?
tribe.
Really?
See her hair?
That sucks.
You're telling me?
Is there a fire tribe? No?
No.
Oh. You can make a fire tribe, I guess, on your next, if you've had kids.
Unlikely.
Dario kids? Oh, hell no.
Did you ever question your parents as to why you were different?
My mother always said that it might still come, but I have my doubts.
Like a late bloomer?
Yes,
A
but
late bloomer.
then all of my younger siblings, they were 7 and they could send flowers up into the, it's...
Well, it sounds like someone's either stolen them and is on our plane by the sounds of the being like, you're tethered to them.
See, part of me also just doesn't want to get my hopes up. I've always I guess, been a little bit jealous of my family with their abilities, and I came to terms with it, and then finding out that it might be something yet in my grasp, I'm hopeful, but also
Yeah,
hope can be.
I understand how it feels. I studied wizard books and arcana quite a lot growing up, because just spellcasting seemed cool, right? People, you hear stories of people firing a fireball at something. I just don't think I have any mana in me. Never really picked it up either. At least
You
I
and me
wasn't-
both, then.
At least I wasn't born to do it, I guess. That's the only difference.
Yes.
That would suck.
Part of the reason I chose to be with the Legionnaires is because how else was I meant to protect things if I couldn't,
To be
do
fair,
all of that?
he said that yours was powerful and taken. Someone would only steal something like druidic powers if it was powerful, right? Like they wouldn't go take someone else's random one if it was weak. So it must be someone powerful that has it.
I just can't think of a reason why mine would be so powerful.
The parents aren't the heads of the thing. Are they strong?
Well, my father is an elder of wood, and maybe that's got
Someone.
something to do with it.
How are the elders chosen? Are they just...
It is very much based on age and
Okay.
wisdom.
That's what I thought.
But
It's kind of...
my father isn't actually that old, right? I'm talking, I think one of them was a turtle, right? One of them's a turtle, and they live for ages.
Yeah.
So quite frankly, my father, being human, being put on the Elders' Council was a bit...
Well, it'd be unfair if you guys chose age and you went to a race that also lived for like 200 years, because that would be a bit unfair.
It's always the way that it's been done, I guess. Always tradition because of, wisdom and having seen the world for such a long time. I guess it just makes you a better judge of things, or I guess... Yeah.
Well, maybe if we find the hag, you might ask her, because she seems to know quite a lot about everything, and us especially in the Winley. Because the next time we fight her, she knows exactly how we fight, and apparently knows all about things.
I wonder when or how it was taken.
Powers?
Yeah.
Maybe when you were a child. Or like when you were born.
Yeah. Are you missing the extra bone in your pinky toe that you need?
The druid's bone.
You quirkless
You-
burger.
Quirkless wannabe.
Might be something I need to talk to my parents about. Maybe they know something.
Yeah, I guess that would be the first place to go.
But that's not important right now. Right now we need to deal with the hag.
Yeah, I'm just resting.
Resting up.
Well,
You're not going to make me walk through the forest, are you?
you want me to bring the horses to you?
I'm going to sit here for a while longer.
Yeah, alright, I'll go get the horses.
You deserve
You
it.
stay here.
And I'll be the bell boy, I guess.
Belmont.
Alright, I'm gonna get up. Take a stretch.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start running and go around.
All right.
I'm gonna take a wide.
I don't know if Daria wants it, but if she does, I'm gonna massage her shoulders.
No. Again, kind of
she's
taking a
doing
look
alright.
at her, like, she looks, having taken a rest, like, more full of energy, a bit better. Like, she can carry herself on her legs, but those wounds in her chest are open.
They're not closing, but they're not closing,
Like
but
she's
we're
healed. She's healed, but
You'll feel fully healed, but it's just that there are, and they're not bleeding, they're not painful, there's just visible wounds that were left by those daggers.
make sure you get those checked out as soon as you get to the city.
Oh,
and I
believe me.
mean as soon as you get there.
I won't be doing much else beforehand.
Good.
Before I leave, Just be like, I would check with the clerics first. Before
Alright.
any doctors. Could be more of a devilish thing. Alright, sprint off.
As Strider leaves to grab the horses, is there anything Yorna or Lily do?
Just resting with Daria.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just do a little walk around, just to check the perimeter.
Yeah. Just give me a perception check.
I'm out of potions.
Rats. Maybe you can pick something up along the way. Like ingredients, I mean.
18.
Get my
18.
spell slots back.
Doesn't seem to be anything of note. And you've gone kind of out the back east of the village. You don't see any signs of anything having moved through here. Even the trees have a few more leaves on them. It seems that this blight is primarily spreading south, the way that you guys came. Alright. Strider. Making your way for the wide berth.
Yeah, so
Can I get a stealth check and take advantage?
sweet.
Taking the slow route.
I wrote your
Alright.
patron could have been the tree.
Patron. Oh my god, that would
Tree patron.
so I can get my spell slots back on the short rest.
I told him he should have gone warlock.
Stealth. Well, that's cocked.
That's cocked as hell.
I would have accepted an at 20 though.
Mm.
Yeah, that's gonna be 22.
22, alright. You take a wide berth around every so often, kind of glancing at the distant buildings and still seeing that creature kind of on high alert, moving through buildings and keeping patrol. Eventually you get to the horses that all are alive.
Oh, thank god. I'm gonna grab.
True, we didn't even think
Yeah.
about that.
I'm gonna grab
That would have been bad.
his leash thing,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna walk him who's tied to the rest, so they all kind of follow me.
Can I get an animal handling check?
Make it a goodie. Nat 20.
Got stuck in a corner. I need to not roll into the corner. 9.
No. Okay. Can I get a stealth check with disadvantage?
Oh, that's the opposite of what I want. Oh man.
Oh no.
That's okay. That's a 15 still.
Alright. You take the long way around again. That faint behind you as your plethora of horses follows along. At one point you see that distant shape kind of you like duck in behind a tree and just manage to get the horses to stop moving as it pushes back into the village. And eventually your little campsite comes into view.
I was gonna say you didn't want to fight a rock by yourself with 0 spell slots.
No, not at all. Alright, everyone, here's your horses.
Rejoice.
Alright. Are we following you into the forest here or?
Just take a wide area, don't get caught by this. Just go back to the city.
Oh, you want us to head back now?
Yeah.
I think now's the time.
But
Alright.
take your time, don't.
Will you be following us back after your conversation here?
No, hopefully.
We intend on getting the hag, right?
Yeah. This should give us info on taking the hack down.
Alright.
Hopefully.
Again, just let Carmine know everything, what we plan, and that we might be a bit longer than
course.
anticipated.
You got it.
Alright. Safe travels then.
Yeah. Oh, and reminder, my danger fee went up.
If you see Yinlin on the way by any chance, let her know what we are doing and what you are doing. Just I want to keep her in the loop.
Should we try and work out the other Druid villages as well?
I think they're alright. I think mostly
Just me
Bloomgrove.
and Bluegrove?
I think
What is it?
because of the bloom lilies and
Or like maybe
the
just because
spirit,
of
the blight.
Hmm.
Well, I haven't
It's
seen.
here.
Yes, I think it's localized for now, but potentially, if we don't deal with the hag, it may spread. But I think for now,
Because
all right.
the bloom lilies were taken is why this place has gone so bad.
and the spirit was shut away.
Yeah.
just added Sadie south. And who knows where it could spread down.
I think it's just slowly spreading. That's why we need to take down the hag as soon
I
as
think
possible.
just one step at a time, but I hear you. I hear what you're saying, and I appreciate your worry for the other druid settlements. But I think for now, we just focus on the hag.
Yeah.
But we can check by later on our way back. In
No.
fact, I would like to
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
fine.
I think maybe the Legionnaire can send other people before they head off. They can tell Carmine to send people to the other druid.
That might be worth it before you go. Maybe just let Carmine know to maybe send some people to Wood End and the other one that I forgot the name of. And just see
How could you do that?
how they're faring. What was so far, it hasn't really been mentioned.
No wonder the druid soul left you. That's all.
I've got it written down somewhere.
Ridgewater.
Ridgewater.
Ridgewater. Yeah. I see it now.
I know that.
Yeah, we can do that. All right, we'll start heading back then.
Perfect. All right.
Don't get yourself killed.
Don't plan on doing so. You guys better not die on me.
Nope. I'm planning to kill. Yeah, Lily
Alright.
seems pretty nervous.
What?
We've got this handled.
Pisses our
All right.
pants.
Best of luck to you all then. We'll see you later.
Yeah,
Good luck
catch you
to you
later.
too.
See you.
They begin to disappear off southward into the forest.
We are properly by ourselves now. But it's
No offense to them, we kind of were.
Pardon?
No offense to them, we kind of were. They were struggling against the hag in fear. She's tough.
Did any of them actually hit her though? Some of them did.
I mean, Daria did a shit ton of
Yeah.
damage.
I
Well,
was the only one that didn't give up.
I think everyone put in what they could, but I think something like a hag, and she probably wasn't even charming people yet. Imagine we had to deal with that with Daria and Saren and
That's why I
Gavin.
said no offense. It's just same reason we sent the guards back. It
No, I
becomes-
understand, and honestly, after I thought I'd be alright, but after seeing Daria getting hit like that, it did scare me very much.
Oh, she definitely saw death for a little bit there.
I don't like dwelling on it.
We'll start hitting on our horses.
All right.
Your last name?
Valstrom.
It's not really a druidic name. It feels different.
That's
Feels like-
because I came up with it.
Oh, you chose it? You got-
No.
Damn.
Just
Damn.
I don't know. I just picked whatever was cool. No hidden meanings. It's just a last name. Strider, what's your last name?
Was
I've got
blank.
it written somewhere.
Beck.
I feel like you gave us your full
Quentin
name.
Beck.
Quentin Beck.
Beck. Mr. Beck.
Mr. Beck. No one ever calls
You from
him
the
Mr.
countryside?
I'm going to call you Mr. Beck.
Kind of.
now.
Beck. Please don't.
Lily, what was your last name again?
Krongle.
Krongle. Lily Krongle. Miss Krongle.
Strider laughs.
What's so funny?
No, just didn't expect a Krongle, sorry.
Oh, that's my, I guess, stepdad's name.
What race is he?
Orc, half orc?
Amazing.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
I like it. It's got flair.
It does. Can I say? Yeah, I want to do a history check. Is it true that like orcs and like giants like shorter names because they mean more power?
Just give me a history check.
Because of Overlord.
Yeah. That is 18.
18. I mean, in certain tribes or whatever they classify themselves as.
Your last name is just Gar.
Is that why you wear green? Orc, stepdad.
I mean, I like green.
I was going to say, I think green just generally looks great on Lily.
Yeah, green's a good color.
You should try green sometime.
You
This
wouldn't-
black is very depressing.
I was going to say green might actually look quite nice on you. I've got
There's some
nothing against
browns,
the.
at
I've got
least.
nothing against what you're currently wearing, but green could be nice.
Yeah.
A dark forest green.
If you were to go to a funeral, would you just still wear what you're wearing right now?
No, that's awful.
Oh well, it's black.
Why? How did we get on the
I
topic
wouldn't wear
of
armor
funeral?
to a funeral. I would wear, like, you know, a proper outfit.
Where's that outfit?
I don't know, whatever S lets me borrow.
Yep.
I saw Jacob nodding as you're starting that sentence. He knew exactly what was coming.
It would probably be like a black coat and like a purple undershirt, even though I didn't want to wear it.
Do you always borrow clothes from us?
No, I don't find myself at events that need clothes.
What kind of events are you going to?
Ones without clothes. The ones where I kill monsters.
In the nude?
In the nude.
In the nude.
With my +0 nude armor.
I thought that was going a whole nother direction.
No.
Anyway, we are moving forward.
All right. You get about an hour or so to the east of the village,
That's close.
expecting this to be like a 2 or 3 hour trek to where the spirit had given you knowledge of.
We also got there like super early too, so we have a lot of the day.
As you are on the outskirts, pushing through forest, kind of weaving your horses through trees where there's just enough room, you hear a voice off to the side of the path.
Uh-oh. No.
You handled that well for a bunch of city folks.
Who goes there?
I do put my hand on the sword just out of instinct and look to where the voice came
Can I
from.
get a group perception check?
Yeah.
I just look.
Out of the tray.
21.
15.
One.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ow!
That one, but
Okay.
yeah.
Strider's a bit caught up in his head for a moment as the other two of you kind of glance over, and it takes you a moment, but eventually you can see about 10 feet off the ground in a nearby tree, perched up on a branch, is this small for his race or species, but still about 7.5 feet tall. This familiar creature of a troll, just kind of hunched cross-legged on a nearby branch with a big crooked-looking like wooden scepter in his hand. Big tusks coming out from his mouth, and you can see like jewels in his long matted beard. What are you doing on the way out here?
Before we answer you, are you Droffintor?
I might be.
Inside check.
Yeah,
Give me an
inside
insight check.
check as well.
Does that. It's a bit.
He probably is. Like,
Inside.
22.
21.
19.
You get the sense that yes, this is Droffintor.
He's lying.
22 as well. Well, pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit jumpy from just
The
before. We actually were coming to find you.
Well, what a coincidence.
You were looking for us?
No, I was curiously watching your little scuffle, seeing if you managed to get my friend out or not.
No, so you didn't want to help?
Not particularly.
Not a fan of the hag, I guess.
I prefer not to get in her way. I've seen her bad side before.
Yeah, well, you may not want to be in her way, but do you know how to kill her?
For good.
Killing her, that is a mighty task.
And we plan on executing it, literally.
Someone has to.
How mighty.
No one has done it yet.
Ha, yet.
I love the optimism. Keep it going.
People have probably tried, but failed.
Kind of pushes himself off that branch and just falls and catches himself, kind of walking with his knees bent and like arms kind of tucked at his side. You just get the sense that he's quite elderly, but still reasonably nimble.
You seem to be local around here.
I've been here for a while.
Is it possible that we could rest the night at wherever you live, perhaps?
Of course, if you don't mind a few more hours through the woods,
That'll be fine.
Yeah.
we can talk on the way.
Sounds good.
He kind of bounces up a bit, and with you all on horseback, he's just slightly taller than the group walking alongside you.
Real quick, because we encountered trolls just before, He seems way more intelligent.
Also
Is he?
shorter.
Is he also Is he full troll, or he's just a very smart troll?
Give me a nature check.
I wanted to check how abnormal is it to see a small troll like this.
Yeah, give me a nature
Carol again.
check. No.
7.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Oh.
I mean, it's not impossible. Most species have, the runt of the litter, the pygmy. He seems smaller, gives the sense that maybe he had to fend for himself and find his own way.
Dude, this one.
Why are you so different to the other trolls?
Kind of rude.
Just straight up out the box.
No offense.
No, that's not rude. It's a curious question. I have been around longer. I was more interested in things other than eating and hunting and pillaging. I'm of my own mind.
It's a nice change. We tried to be friendly with a few trolls earlier in our passage, but
The younger generation.
they don't
The
really...
younger generation.
To be fair, they looked like they got into a fight with some demonic creature, and the minute I asked if they spoke and said the language, they kind of freaked out.
Everything around here seems a little spooked these days.
Yeah. Don't mean to, cut to the chase, but be better to know sooner. Do you know a way of getting rid of her permanently?
Killing her is tricky. No one has really tried.
Interesting.
It has been a long time since she has been present in these woods, and she has come back with a vengeance.
Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe the time fancied her.
I'm curious. Do you know anything of the Day of Blood?
The Day of Blood, that sounds ominous.
Very, and I think she is somehow connected to it.
That's why she's here.
News to me.
Well, I was hoping maybe you might be able to shed some light. It's quite a mystery to us still as well.
These hags are ancient beings. They have been here a lot longer than I.
I've read books in the library in Argentum that talked about some people running into hags in the past. All of them are most likely written in their deathbeds because they didn't live to finish it.
You say hags and night hags. They two different things?
Yeah, you can get, I know it's going to sound weird to say green hag because it has a color, but there are different types. Hags are normally fey, fully, but this night hag's part demonic. Demon side, not
You know
devil.
your stuff.
Yeah, did a lot of reading before this.
He has a fancy book where he writes all his notes.
I don't show
Probably a section on trolls.
it.
There used to be 3 hags in this forest,
Oh,
millennia ago.
One for each druid village?
No, just a full coven.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, she said something about, what, Coven of One?
Yeah, would make sense. It used to be Coven of 3.
So she is still held up. Covens are usually groups, collections of 3 hags.
Oh.
They are more powerful for being together.
So what happened to the other 2 hags?
The individual you have met, your night hag, had a inspiration
Ah,
for the coven. A single mind, a single unit. The others did not take kindly.
She wasn't a night hag back then, was she?
No, she was not.
Did she eat them?
Excuse you.
Did she eat the other hags?
Do they eat hags? Do they eat them?
Like, what became of the other two?
One of them was struck down, and yes, eaten. The other escaped to a place she was more comfortable.
Probably what, the Fae realm?
She got attacked on
You're
Titan.
very good at this.
Well, do you know where this coven is then? It was around for so long, and you know so much about them being in one. She knows we're coming. She told us we'd fight again.
The one you call Mother, she... I'm getting ahead of myself. She's like pushing along a bit, because... Originally, there were three. The Anis Hag. They are brutish, barbaric, deadly. They are the ones that you hear stories of, eating children and luring people into the woods. That is what our night hag used to be. There was a green hag, the one who was dealt with upon the disagreement, and the boer hag, lovers of the cold and the ice. She was a friend of mine. I helped her get to her new home. Many, many generations back now, they held most of domain over this forest. Anywhere the druids did not touch, it was theirs.
So they never encroached on druidic settlements?
Not unless they were feeling brave.
Right.
They took a pact of sorts, went to scour the plains to find new power, new domains, new interests. When they came back, Mother, the Anis Hag, had this grand design that the coven would be of one mind, rule as a single unit. The others disagreed. Thought she had gone mad, something that she was exposed to in her journey. They got in their fight. The Green Hag, the one they call Auntie, she was killed. And our Boer Hag, Granny, fled to the Feywild, where her planar excursion had taken her previously.
Interesting. How well did you know the auntie one?
We had run-ins.
Because I have accounts written in books about a green hag, and I presume locally it would have to be the one.
That must have been from some generations ago.
Yeah. Interesting. And the Blood War, we assuming as... Well, you know of the Blood War, probably.
I've heard bits and pieces.
Imagine that maybe on a smaller scale we think is what the Day of Blood is. And there would be a reason for the Night Hag to have a fight in it if she is now somewhat demonic.
Curious. Most curious.
But she managed to permanently kill one of the Green Hags. A Green Hag.
Indeed.
Would it be the same way for her?
Green hags, not to speak ill of the dead, but they are the weakest, the most monstrous, the most mundane. Even an Anis hag or a night hag would have been easier to kill if it had not mutated into whatever Mother is now. This madness that corrupted her has turned her into something far beyond.
Just in the writings I've read specify they have spellcasting capabilities, and
Indeed.
perhaps that might be how they fight, but the hag we fought was all melee daggers and such.
Their power is greatest when the coven is together. Hard to tell how a coven of one works.
It might be a theory. Perhaps infusing the coven to become one, she has to have a part of them with her to count as a coven, and maybe instead of carrying them, it's left in a location, and maybe her base is somehow what gives her spellcasting abilities.
She invited us to join her little coven. How would we give her benefit?
Like she said, you're an officer of the Legion. You can convince quite a lot of people to help her in her aid. Lily here is persuasive and can sing and also get people to join, and I like killing creatures and monsters, so I'm a benefit on that side of things. Because what the Night Hag does, and you need to understand this, Yorna, is that she doesn't control people to do her bidding. She wires their brain into thinking a lie or thinking a fact that isn't
what?
true.
Yeah, that
And
what they might be doing is right.
they make the decision upon that. So Galver and everyone, they may be innocent in that case, but they still, in believing that, chose to do that. So in some way, a punishment is still needed because it is a decision made.
I know.
So it's just, we need to be careful because it's not straight charming or mind control, which is scarier. It's altering memories, perhaps, or events in someone's brain. I don't think a normal spellcaster can do that either. You're more powerful than you let on if you can lead someone to the Feywild.
I had help from some friends.
How long have you been around for? If you say before the mountains were mountains, I'm gonna...
No, I am not as ancient as my friend. The hags were here before I was, as were the druids. They have been here for a few centuries.
Alright. So, do you think you're gonna be able to help us find and kill this night hag?
Something tells me you have a bigger thing to worry about before that.
Oh?
And he gestures at the various wounds across your body.
Oh, yeah, the rotting grey things.
They will kill you before she does.
Okay, we gotta
So
rewind
it
a
is
little
a
bit.
disease.
What do you mean it's gonna kill us?
As you ask that, he kind of brushes a hand aside. You see some trees part way in front of you. You can see a small clearing, small glade that... And you're only 3 hours away from Bloomgrove here, but the trees are lush with leaves. Some smattering of wild flowers surround what looks like this giant, and I mean 80 feet across, stone helmet that is half lodged into the earth and looks like it has been here for centuries. Cracked and adorned with metallic, ornate designs. You can see some plants and vine growing out of it. And from the front of the helmet is rope and various jewels and feathers, and underneath a small campfire and a home that has been built into the inside of this.
This isn't a giant's helmet, it's something bigger, isn't it?
Indeed. Welcome to my little home here in the forest.
No, this whole outing is just full of random findings.
They call it the Titanfell Forest for a reason, my friend. He
Alright, fair.
kind of pushes through. Come, have some tea. We'll talk more of your affliction.
Please, it sounds more dire than we realize.
Must not be much in a rush if we have time for tea then.
I have all the time in the world.
Oh, yeah, apparently maybe not us.
He sits down and kind of pulls this old looking like copper kettle over a fireplace and starts boiling. Taking some time and eventually throwing some leaves and a few mushrooms and a flower into the teapot. Why are you all out here hunting the hag?
Well, she has destroyed Loom Grove, and because of what she's been doing here, has negatively impacted the city.
Yes, but why you?
Well, this is kind of a little bit personal for me, considering it is a fellow druid settlement, and just I see it as a duty as well to the city.
I not look a bit born into Druid family.
I do not sense the nature in you.
So I have been told that apparently it's been stolen from me.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, but I am putting that on the back burner for now. Yes.
I kill monsters for a living, for coin per se. And I guess only recently did I start to realize that it's not about the coin and I should do it for the sake of other people. And out of anybody, I think, out of this current country or the city, I think I'm the only person that's best equipped with knowledge for such a battle.
You do also have a pact to uphold.
I also forgot about that. I made a pact with a dryad.
Don't they warn you not to do that in school?
I did tell, I did tell you not to make a pact with them, and then
you did that yourself.
I worded it. It was my decision to do it. You tell me, if you saw a dryad among like thousands of her dead kin, I don't know, I just couldn't sit there and let her be in pain. So I offered assistance, which means killing the hag, apparently.
And why are you here with them?
There are too many people I care about that I don't want to see get hurt.
Well, you all seem to have noble reasons for being out here. Many have passed through their answer being coin. They have been quickly dispatched by the creatures in these woods. You need a bit of heart to get through here these days, it would seem.
Yeah, as well as I kind of feel like I want to avenge people that have written about the hag before, because by looks they didn't survive after writing it. So there's a lot of people that she owes.
He reaches over to a shelf, pulls over 3 wooden mugs, hands one to each of you, starts pouring this liquid into it.
I got a question.
Of course.
About a wound. While we're here.
I'm gonna sniff tea, coffee, hot chocolate.
It's tea.
It's got herbal scent to it, but there's
Earthy tea.
a bit of an earthiness and a bit of a funk.
All right, I'll give it a taste.
I like the funk.
Will this cure it?
Oh, that.
Oh, the
Bottom.
The ointment.
the ointment,
The schlep ointment.
the slap ointment.
I think what you have is beyond a little bit of ointment, I'm afraid.
So what is it exactly? A curse?
That would be the simplest way of putting it, yes.
It's deeper than that.
It's more nuanced.
Alright. I tried the tea. Is it good?
You take a sip, and it's a little too hot, and there's this kind of grassiness to it, and a kind of mushroomy miso funk that's just not quite right for tea.
Feels like soup.
Almost.
Oh boy.
But for a moment, your mind kind of relaxes for a little bit. You gain 10 temporary hit points.
Uh-oh.
Oh la la!
Anyone that shall drink of the tea.
I did. I
About to
did.
pour it out.
Well, thank God you didn't.
So then, you know how to get rid of this?
Get rid of it. That's a whole nother matter entirely.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Well,
This, the open wound, a point of connection, a way to let her in.
So if we sleep,
Yeah, I was
she's
just
gonna
thinking
connect
that.
to us.
You are well versed.
So we can't rest until we take care of it?
You can rest, just be wary of how often you do. Images will fill your mind, and soon lies will be truths.
Ah, jeez.
I want to think back to if Elwyn had any wounds on her body similar to this.
Oh goodness. Give me an intelligence check.
Uh,
This is like being told you have a terminal illness.
11.
11. Not that you could visibly see on her person, but her clothes were torn and tattered. She could well have been in some sort of a scuffle.
Could we not, let's say, in a day after resting once, go kill her so that she can't enter us?
And how will you find her?
So, but you might know where the coven is.
Or at least have ways to track it down.
It has been a very long time since the Coven have held power in these woods. They come and go as they please. She comes and goes as she pleases.
Coven
Are-
of one.
Hags able to be summoned?
That is a curious question. A usual hag, no, but a demonic one. Potentially, if
I
you
wonder-
had the right expertise.
Oh, right, expertise, never mind. Scrap that.
Can I see if I can recall information about summoning demons?
Oh, goodness. Give me a history check.
The summoner.
It's my
Trap.
favorite enemy.
Mm.
Push up invisible glasses.
It's really high. 24.
24. Through specific rituals with the right equipment, knowing the creature's true name, demons and devils can be summoned, controlled, contained, but the steps to get there are
Yeah.
immense.
Yeah, we
It
don't have
seems
any
like a
traps.
level 16 type of deal.
We don't have anything we need to summon them, to be honest.
No. Can
It's
we
just an
use?
idea.
Can we use?
The cuts to like
Yeah.
find her, because if she can connect to us,
I have stayed out of her way for a good reason.
And you're smart for it.
Were you able to spectate things that happened in Bloom Grove?
I have seen bits here and there from the outskirts. Everyone seemed to disappear overnight.
Disappear, like leave physically, or they just up and vanished.
I do not know. They were there one day, the next day they were not.
So I'm worried about the people of
they'll
Bloom
be at the
Grove.
coven most likely.
Ah, jeez.
What are we-
You're right.
Have noticed like a lot of footprints leaving the village.
It's been months.
I also think that Strider's
true.
onto something. She's probably taken them with her through the dirt to the coven.
Where does your magic come from? You have magic?
My magic, most of it is elemental from the forest itself. Some of it lent to me by my druidic friends.
I guess if we let her in, if I let her in during a rest, maybe I could try use. I've never done it before, but I could try use my abilities in like dream world and track her.
I was going to say, if anyone had a chance, it'd be you.
Yeah, I could. I have a lot of tracking abilities. I might be able to latch onto something.
I mean, it's worth a try, and I think out of everyone, you seemed like you need the most rest.
Yeah, I need some sleep.
Though I don't know how your stuff recharges.
It's just spell slots.
Is that
Long
also
rest.
long rest?
Mm.
Okay.
That could work. Javier did teleport through a mushroom and maybe went to the coven, but I don't think you can track teleportation areas.
I think that might be your best bet.
I had over the mushroom that I collected. That was like ones from there. Have you seen any of these growing anywhere? A large amount of them.
I mean, there is fungus growing all over the forest.
Those are magical by nature. They're not natural.
Kind of hands it back. Nothing that is happening to this forest is natural.
Because I guarantee that there must be a lot of these at her coven. Most likely.
Yes, but there's a lot of these everywhere else, I think is the problem. So far, I think I like your idea the most.
Or sleeping.
It is putting you in danger, but I feel like you have some advantages
Yeah.
to...
I'll be here to support you as well.
Yeah, alright. I guess that's the go.
Do you need a safe word?
Sleep.
I sort of like, if I'm gonna be getting
Or
a potential long rest, then
safe
everyone else should.
movement.
But like, I guess we take turns. Right? You guys should be awake while I sleep.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, I think
course.
so. And I think, honestly, I'm feeling pretty good.
That's fair. I just got nothing.
Yeah.
Um.
A fighter. Get all my stuff back on a short rest. Though, yeah, because exhaustion wouldn't hit until, like, tomorrow. If I didn't sleep. Because we're still, like, midday, eh? Yeah.
You can always sleep later.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe after we've defeated the hag would be great.
I'm gonna lie down somewhere and fall asleep and risk it, I guess.
You just conk out, you're just like, alright.
Yeah. And I will, for the sake of it, I will think about a bad memory and try to have a nightmare to egg on.
I'm gonna watch over Strider.
Thing is, I know what happens in the nightmare normally, so I should be able to be like, what's different?
Alright. I watch over Strider.
Takes some time as the nerves slowly subside, the pressure of the situation eventually washing away, and you're able to drift off into a state of sleep. A couple of hours go by. Strider seems more or less soundly asleep.
Just want to say it's not often that you sit here and want the DM to go, but
Eventually, watching over him, you start to see Strider's eyes kind of flicking around. And in your rest, you find yourself walking a hallway that's vaguely familiar. Dark wood flooring. You're about maybe 4 feet off the ground. Short. Kind of looking around, you see, looking up from your vantage point, you can see door handles. You're small wherever it is that you're wandering. This is familiar, but it's not. You can see a portrait on the wall of an elderly looking man with a kind of salt and pepper beard and a very rudimentary looking helmet. This isn't a man that you recognize. These aren't. You continue down the hallway a bit further till you see a door that is slightly ajar. On that door you can see Carmine written, Grandmaster of the Iron Legion. And you can hear voices from the other side of the slightly open door.
try to listen in.
What the heck?
You kind of creep up to that door and listen in. You hear a voice that is familiar to you. a younger but still familiar S. Sebastian. There's a door around the side. Storage facility is where they keep most of their goods. One well-aimed spell and it all goes up. You've blown it open. That's how you'll get it. You hear Carmine. Good. Then we have our route, we have our entry. We strike in a week. Murmuring of a few more voices. What are you doing?
Okay. So, am I aware that I'm dreaming? That's my first question. For RPG purposes.
Give me an insight check.
I want to see if I can become lucid, I guess.
Yeah.
Insight?
Yeah.
25.
25.
Sorry, 24.
24. It takes you a moment, but it's probably at about this point that it kind of clicks. There's still a childlike sensibility to yourself, a kind of half understanding, but you're able to tell for now that this isn't real.
I'd like to swing the door open and just interrupt this moment.
You open the door. You can see Carmine's office. Vaguely familiar, but you're not sure why. You've never been here. Large war room table in the center. You can see maps laid out of a giant house. You can see Carmine standing there, kind of looking over it, with Sebastian standing, mid-late teens beside her. And around them, standing silent in grey cloaks, silver masks with draconic features, a group of 8, 4 on each side, just looking as you open the door. All their heads turn to look at you, lock eye contact.
I'm going to choose to ignore what's happening here, and I want to speak to you. And I say that to everyone.
Yeah.
No response.
Everyone just standing, looking.
I would be inclined to join a coven if this is true. But I'd have to have a conversation with the person that runs it. The coven that used to be between 3 and now is 1.
You say this aloud, hoping for some sort of change. Instead, Carmine kind of ignores you for a moment. Sebastian walks in your direction, just grabs the back of your shirt and kind of pulls you to the side of the room. Yes. Never mind. We strike in 2 days. Keep him in the hold until then. Yes. Of course.
I'll kick Sebastian in the knee and try to get out.
Damn,
Give me
poor
a
Sebastian.
strength check.
Well, that's good anyway. This is a more accurate strength check right now, actually. It's 5.
5. You kick him. You just don't make this any harder than it has to be. This is necessary. This is good.
I will. I think Strider would probably just lose it and start hyperventilating, and then just while being grabbed, just kind of start kicking around, trying to almost just make it difficult to hold him. Just be
Wriggle.
like, I will fucking kill you when I find you, you piece of shit.
You, Yorna and Lily, watch for a moment as in his sleep, Strider, like, pulling, his eyes darting around like crazy. There's a moment where he, like, reaches for his blade. And not a moment later, your eyes fling open. You're launched from dream, memory, vision, whatever it is, and pulled back to the campsite where you are. Can I please get a Constitution saving throw?
Five.
5. Can you roll a d10 for me, please?
It's really good.
D10.
Not good when it followed up by a roll. 1.
1.
Can't be bad.
Keep mark of your current total, but decrease your total hit points by 1.
Yeah.
Maximum. Hit point maximum.
I see. So every time. Oh, was that even considered a long rest? No.
Strider was asleep for a good probably 6 hours or so, but you awaken feeling just the same as you did when you went down.
Nah, no spells back.
No rest gained. What was your maximum, by the way?
45.
And it is now 44?
Yeah.
Oof.
Sweet.
What happened?
I grab my silver blade next to me, and I just I need a minute, and I just storm outside.
Alright, I think we need to give them some space.
Okay.
Any questions?
I mean, none that I can think of.
You need to sort this as quickly as you can. Once those plague your mind for too long, there's not much anyone can do.
I guess right now we just have to wait for Strider to
Of course.
come back and just...
Do you have any possible allies that could help with such an affliction? They would not look to the church. They are... This is ancient Fey power.
Well, we did just send some of our own wounded back to the city, thinking that the church could do something about it.
Well, you will at least get information, but I highly doubt that it will be useful.
Alright, we gotta deal with this fast, otherwise we might have some problems.
There are more powerful clerical folk in your city nowadays, are there not?
Yes, there are. Is there maybe some hope there then?
There is a chance,
Alright.
but you will need to weigh your options carefully. You may only get one chance. You can wait for your friend to return and have a proper discussion about what those options could be, because I have unfortunate ideas.
Well, right now we'll put everything on the table when he comes back and we'll figure out our next move, but I don't think that this was quite it. Mind you, I don't know what he's figured out from his slumber.
You just hear Rogue run.
As we move over, what is Strider
Oof.
doing in
Take
this
down a
moment?
tree.
Oh man, that would be such a Bjorn thing if I could. I storm off and I go probably like 5-10 minutes away.
Yeah.
And I just kind of lean against the tree. I kind of just paced. I think back and forth non-stop. Can't quite find. There's definitely one tree that gets a lot of slashes on it now. This during the conversation, they probably heard a loud like "fuck."
Echoes through, but off in the distance.
I'll head back.
You take some time, still feeling weary and beaten. Make your way back to the group.
I didn't gain anything from that at all.
No, stupid question, but you're right. That seemed to take a lot out of you. I don't think I've ever seen
Yeah.
you like that.
If I didn't go in knowing that it would potentially be a dream, I might have believed things that I saw. Even now, once you see stuff, it's hard to unsee, right? It just bites away, and so I wouldn't recommend sleeping, either of you. However, we're lucky on that case, and I pull out my 5 violet leaves. This won't give us, if we don't need to rest, it will allow us to ignore the exhausted status for a bit, but it will hit us harder, so this will give us a bit of time boost.
Alright.
But it means we need a solid plan, and I'm not rested at all from that, by the way. 6 hours felt like 3. It's like having sleep apnea. I'm tired as fuck. So what's the plan? We need to heal these scars before we fight her.
I was just speaking with your friends on such a matter.
He says he's got some unfortunate ideas. Less favorable.
The way I see it, there are 3 paths before you. Try and 4 paths. The most unlikely, try and track down your hag friend and put an end to her. But that could be an impossible task with the information you have.
Yeah.
You could stumble around, try and find some answers in some library somewhere about how to cure such a problematic curse. You could go to your cleric folk and hope that they have something of an answer, or at least something to subdue or postpone the effects until you could find an answer. Or there is always Mother's sister. This is an ancient fey curse.
Is this the
boy.
the boa?
The one that they call Granny,
Granny, and she was in the Fey realm.
presently.
Would she be willing to help us?
You did mention you were a friend. Did you pull some strings?
Strings, yes. Hags are... They're not all fiends, but they're certainly all fiendish. They're happy to make a deal, happy to strike a bargain. Something tells me the price would be steep. But you could try.
Ooh, she would probably have information on how to dispose of our night hag.
It should be able to heal us and potentially also know what the coven was then. So,
There's a chance could be your best source of information.
realistically.
Information, healing,
Yeah.
both very good, but also
Just a matter of
making a
what she might
deal.
want.
exactly. That's currently the only downside I see to this path, is that we run into making pacts.
Otherwise, you hope your clerics can help you stave off a few nights and find the answers yourselves.
I told Daria to go to the higher clerics because there's a chance that it's demonic. So if she doesn't find it there, then there's no point us going anyway if someone's checking.
It's not like we can contact her over a vast distance, though, and ask.
I put my hand in the air. And luckily enough, I've studied fey creatures, so if we run into any random fey creatures in the fey realm, I should be knowledgeable about them.
So do we go with path number 4 then?
I would rather go with path number 4 because I care more about killing the bitch than actually healing our wounds.
I like your attitude, friend.
I am more keen on the healing part, but for sure I do want that information. She seems like the only lead we have, other than poking our nose around on a ticking time bomb.
To be fair, if I don't know anything about this type of attack, then I doubt any of the clerics do.
Or our libraries, or at least not
Definitely
anywhere.
not the libraries.
Yeah.
I've read through most of their books about stuff like this.
Then I guess we pay a visit to another hag.
Well, I certainly hope you have a means of getting there.
Oh, shit. How do we get there? Do you know, like, how one would go about
I
trying?
thought you were gonna take us there.
My power is limited. I used to be far greater than I am now. Far more connections, but
Let me rattle my brain. Can I try to see if I can remember any ways of traveling to the Fey realm?
give me a history check.
Will this have advantage? Favorite? I know it's favorite enemy, but I have about Fey things.
Do you have Fae as... That's in
Bloodhunter.
Bloodhunter? Yeah.
Oh,
History is 21.
21. You might have read somewhere vaguely that kind of stationary portals to such a place would exist. But finding the location of one would be a task in and of itself. There are magics that can transport across planes. Some clerics have the abilities, some druids.
Okay, so we either need a powerful druid who knows how to send people to the Fey realm, or we need to somehow luck and find a portal somewhere.
Do I know if my father has this ability?
Give me a
Or anyone on the Elders Council for that matter?
history check. Take
My
advantage.
father will be hearing about this.
My father will be hearing about this. With advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Please. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 18.
18. I mean, they would definitely be your best, most surefire bet. If one of them couldn't, the three together probably could.
So,
which one's closer?
I may be able to help in the department of finding powerful druids to send us to the Fey realm.
I would hope so.
If we go to Woodend, my father and the elders there should be able to send us.
How far is one in from here?
How far is Woodend from here?
Isn't Ridgewater close?
No, Ridgewater's like...
Ah.
Because it's Bloom Grove,
And
Woodend,
they're on
Ridgewater.
No, Ridgewater's at the top.
Ah.
Ridgewater's in the mountains.
Oh, shoot.
It's a bit of a hike into the mountains,
I
but
thought
it's
it
in
was
the
south.
mountains.
For
I don't
some
know why I
reason.
saw it like this, but no. I just know that Woodend's like...
No, that's in the wrong place. That's all right.
Argentum.
Where are we?
Yeah.
So Ridgewater is
There.
visually closer, but it's like a trek up the
Yeah.
mountain. So it would probably be equal distance either way.
At the very least, it'd be a lot easier to convince the druids at Woodend.
Okay.
And it's obviously a clear pathway to Woodend too, so it probably means faster travel just by there being a road that we can get onto.
Yeah, we can ride on horseback.
But how many days is it still? Roughly?
It is.
I need to bring it up here.
I need to bring it up
Right.
here.
Yeah, just look at the map. You know,
I'm looking.
Isn't that in the chat?
If you,
Horseback.
horseback across paths, 2 days and a bit, and that passes by the turnoff to the city if you needed to go back.
2 days and a bit. Goes past the city if we need
Or
to.
you could do just a straight 2-day trek if you went off the beaten path and through the forest, but
Straight 2 days.
depends if
we
you want the
don't have
option
much
to
time.
contact the others or not.
I think we go for the path where we can contact the others because I want to see if there are clerics in Argentum that can fix the wounds. Or do you think we should just skip that altogether?
I think that's going to take time, and we've chosen our route.
Plus, we already told the other legionnaires that to get help from clerics anyway.
Yeah, they're going to be checking for us.
Alright.
I just want to be mindful of time because we can't sleep forever.
Alright, we just need to make sure we don't run into anything since we are going a bit off path.
Don't mean to interject in your plan making, but if the clerics can't help your friends,
We'll have to go
Then
back.
we need to take them with us.
Oh, we pick them up and go to Wood Inn with us?
Yes.
Yeah, we could do that.
Alright, well, I guess we gotta do it that way.
I assume we'll just go back.
Pardon?
I assume we'll go back. Maybe we can bring them. That's smart.
Well, if we bring them with us to get healed.
Yeah. Alright.
that will depend on whether you want to take your friends into such a turbulent place.
How else would they get healed?
Oh, well, do you mean to the Fey realm?
You could.
I'd hope maybe it would be like a ointment given to us we could like bring to them potentially. We won't know.
There's a chance. You are right. Yes.
Like, it could be like we have other people and we might take more of these injuries, you know, like.
Yeah.
Honestly, she probably would be happy to see us take down this hag.
That's what I'm hoping.
Well, then make sure you word your bargains carefully. Get what you need.
Yeah, we'll think about it on the way.
Alright, so we have a plan then.
Alright. Thanks for the assistance.
Of course. It will be good to see her. How did you put it? To have the bitch dead.
That's how I put it. Got anything that'll help us in the fight to come? Who
I
knows?
mean, you're welcome to look around and take any trinkets you like, but I don't think you'll find anything of
fair
use.
enough.
in
You
here.
have anything that can give people the benefits of a long rest without actually having a long
sick.
rest?
Wouldn't that be brilliant?
Wouldn't that be brilliant?
Wait, is this the legendary +3 hag killing blade right here?
The Hag Killer
Where did you find
3000.
that?
I do want to give a scan. Just see if anything sticks out. I actually want to keep an eye out for anything like druidic.
Yeah. Give me
I'm wondering if
a
he's got any funky trinkets going on.
give me an
First
investigation
level.
check.
Investigating.
Advantage on.
Natural
Being
20 for a total of 22.
Oh. Oh well, I can do a counter charm as an action for a round.
Do you sleep or meditate as a half-elf?
Meditate.
Meditate.
I can't be magically put to sleep.
Or charmed, right?
Yeah, or charmed. Oh well, I have advantage against being charmed.
Yeah, so you don't really need the spell for yourself.
Yeah.
I want to hold it.
What was your roll, sir?
Natural 20 for a total of 22.
Looking around, sitting in the kind of back of his abode, you see this gorgeous looking staff that's maybe a little over a foot long. Ornately carved, looks ancient.
What's this piece here? And I gesture over to the staff.
Kind of walks in, kind of
Caught
head
my
looking
eye.
over you. Takes it. A gift from an old friend.
The hag or different
No.
friend?
Just, people forgotten to time.
What does it do?
It's quite a powerful healing artifact. Stores a little bit of druidic power within.
Maybe it's got no power.
Haha.
So I'm just trying to add some humor to this.
Well, you did say it was a gift, so I won't ask for it, but it is very nice.
Puts it back on the shelf.
All right. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later.
If you need me at all, say my name 3 times and I'll be there.
Actual?
No.
Oh. Well, I don't know how things work in this forest. Everything is so... Oh. I'm on edge, okay?
I like you people. You're fun.
Great.
And some things from the kids' book are true. Not all things.
I'm not a djinn.
You know I'm gonna still try it, though.
Good luck.
All right.
Something else might appear.
Actually, yeah, maybe don't do that.
Night hag, night hag, night hag.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nightmare.
You called?
That's her real name.
What is her real name? It's probably something like Georgina.
The ice hag one, though.
Georgina.
Alright, I'm gonna hop on rock.
Send Ada my regards.
Send. Wait, who?
You'll figure it out.
Did you say Ada?
Yes.
I'm gonna assume that's the name of the boa.
Of Granny.
Grainy.
I'm gonna just hop on my horse and not say anything, but I'm gonna wait for you on to take the lead because I have no idea where I'm going.
I know exactly where we're going. Pachoo!
Alright.
It's the most sassiest I've ever heard you sound.
I know exactly where I'm going.
Excited
Alright.
to see your family, I presume.
Oh yes, you will to see my family. Though I wish it was on better terms. But yes, you will see my family.
Alright. What direction are we heading? Back towards Bloomgrove?
We gotta go. Nah, wait.
Is there a way
Gonna
to
cut
like
through
cut around it so that we don't have
and
to
then hit on the
potentially
path.
fight a rock?
I mean, if you want to take a little bit longer in your day's travel.
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
you
just
can-
a little bit, because
go through the
that'd
woods.
really suck for
That
some
would suck.
people.
That would suck. Hey, I've still got everything I need to fight.
Yeah.
I got sneak attack, I got slayer's prey.
True. Sneak attack's all you need.
Alright.
Yep.
And a dream.
Not a dream.
Sneak attack and a
Then you
dream.
continue back into the gloomy looking forest.
Gloom Grove.
The withered trees and the rotted grass as you trot back through slightly more familiar territory. Hearing sounds in the distance of those various creatures around the village. The Vrock still on patrol. Continuing a little bit further until eventually you, through the trees, can see where the large archway entrance to the front of the village used to be. And continue on until you are out of earshot of Bloomgrove. Make your way back onto the path, and before long, find yourselves back where you first met with Yunlin, scuffle with the trolls. As night begins to creep in, you begin feeling a bit weary. What is the plan?
Oh shoot.
Right into the night.
Just note that let's just be honest, it's a drug. The drug that I have only lasts maybe an hour or two, so it suppresses it, but it could make it come back worse.
I think.
However,
Because how far would we be from Wood End now?
Like full speed, you might be able to get there at the end of a second day.
Oh shoot, we
So
gotta
a
get
good
through
2 days ago.
days. Oh
I will
no.
note the violet does suppress for potentially 2 hours all levels of exhaustion that we have at the time of taking it.
Right.
So it's best not to use it multiple times. It's just best to save it. However,
How many exhaustion points is it to just cark it?
6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but this has a chance of giving you another one.
I will say, of course, that when I say 2 days worth of traveling, if you were to just continue and not stop, it would be significantly less, of course.
Maybe we just hoon it.
Yeah,
I think we hoon
I'd
it
rather
and just
hoon
take
it and
the
then maybe
exhaustion.
sleep when we're there at least once.
Yeah.
Between
Yeah,
traveling.
and see if we can get the night's sleep.
Because,
With druids
well,
around
Lily
us.
has that one spell that, like, calms you.
Yeah. I can help with
Oh, yeah,
Charming.
good help.
stuff.
I could if I had a potion. I need to sleep on that.
Okay, so the plan is to just
Towser.
get all the way to Wood End and then sleep at Wood End.
I thought we were picking people up.
No, because we're gonna try and
Okay,
get an
cool, we're doing
ointment.
that now? Alright,
Yeah. Or something to help
Yeah.
our folks.
While we're traveling, can I want to do a history check or some type of check, and I want to see if I can remember anything that I dreamed. I want to try and see if any of it was real, if I have those memories.
Give me an insight check with disadvantage.
Okay, not bad if I can roll higher. Okay. It is my best, so we're gonna call that a 21.
21. I mean, if you'd been shown these images and asked that the day before, you would have been sure that you'd never seen this in your life, but like you said, the images are in your mind. It's hard to tell whether they've just been brought to the surface or created entirely.
Sucks.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah. Alright, keep going ahead then. Angrily.
Angrily. There's just an aura coming off
Yo,
of you,
man,
like
there's
a
such an
black
aura right
dark
now.
cloud.
There's a blacky purple aura coming around me.
Oh shoot.
I've got those lines in anime where it's like on the
Oh,
face.
and it's the like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blank
I know
eyes
it.
too.
Oh shoot.
Oh man, I can't say that because it's a spoil for a new season of Castlevania. But what
that'll be
Maria's
edgy.
eyes look like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know
That.
when you were describing it, that thing
Yeah.
immediately popped into my
Just the
head.
black circles, white eyes.
I don't want to imagine Strider like that. Too scary.
You don't have to, that's what you see. To what end? That's the question. To what end is what end?
Okay. As you all continue riding through the night, past the 24-hour mark of having slept, can I get everyone to please make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, nice. Not bad.
A con save.
Yeah.
17.
Okay.
No idea what the base mark is for this stuff, so.
10.
Okay.
What's my proficiency? No! It was gonna be a 13 and then it ticked over to a 1.
This is really good. We got a 17, 10, and a 1, so this is real. We'll know, like.
No, it's not.
The
threshold.
It's not good. One
DC.
fail no matter what.
Having ticked over your first 24 hours of being awake, Yorna suffers a level of exhaustion, and the DC raises by 5 for the next 24 hours.
Oh. That's cool.
So the DC will be 15 for the next day for all 3 of you.
I will hand Yorna a violet leaf. And I'll hand her my pipe.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know how to use
Smoke
this. But only use it when you need to lose the exhaustion. Like in
Yes,
combat.
I would honestly rather not, but
Just in case.
thank you.
Because you would rather not have the negative effects that do.
Disadvantage on all ability checks for first level of exhaustion. That's not attacks or saving throws, just ability checks.
But like a level 2 exhaustion, I think.
We'll see when we get there.
I
Cool.
think level 2 is
Level
like
2 is
reduced
half
movement.
speed. And then level 3 is disadvantage on all
Oh,
attacks and saving throws.
Oh.
Oh man.
What's 5? That's before death, right?
Yeah, so 4 is hit point maximum is halved, and 5 is speed reduced to 0.
Oh, you just can't
You
move?
essentially become incapacitated.
Oh, I hope you fall asleep during that one. You can't move and you still stay up for another 24 hours? That's wild.
All right. As you continue through the night, you watch the sun set over the forest in the east, and eventually you begin to see it rise over the mountains to the west.
Oh, that feels wrong.
Anyone else tired?
Huh?
Tired, what's that?
I have to say, I think many of my brain cells have left.
It's fine.
How are you doing?
Great, I'm wide awake. I had a lovely sleep and feel refreshed.
Uh-huh.
Continuing along, you cross through a familiar patch of forest where trees have been pushed to the ground, eventually crossing a familiar bridge, continuing down to the south, a few hours from where the path splits off back towards Argentum and down towards Woodend. Can I get a group perception check as the sun begins to rise?
Oh, and I can't get with disadvantage. Oh!
I believe it's fine.
It's still alright for a disadvantage. 16.
17.
13.
13. Yorna and Strider. As you're riding, and the sun begins to kind of creep over the mountains, looking back in the direction of the city, you can see the very top of the House of Gold peeking over some mountains, and some of the high stone peeking through some of the clearings. Looking over, you can see a familiar, vaguely familiar sight. That airship is hovering directly central above the city. For some reason.
Oh, jeez.
Hold up. Slow horses.
Alright.
What?
I take it we both see this.
How has this ever happened before? Does it just vibe?
Seems that the airship, which took off a few days ago, is just seemingly holding position centrally above the city in there.
And based on how long ago it went, should it have been back by now?
There'd be no reason for it to be. Only time that it comes into Argentum is for the festival.
This seems odd.
Okay, so do we continue to water and we've got to make sure Argentum's okay? Because the whole reason we're doing this thing is to make sure the city doesn't get destroyed and whatnot.
How much time would that add to our current...
I mean, by the time you get to the turnoff, it will take you the better part of a day and a half to get to Argentum, or a day and a half to get to Woodend, so it's essentially the same distance.
So we're just adding an extra day and a half.
Well, you'd be adding 3 days by the time you went there and back to the intersection.
Oh, jeez. I don't know if I can hold that out. Listen,
Does it look like there's any flames or smokes coming from the city?
At this distance, with your checks from before, it's hard to tell. You'd have to get at least to the intersection to be able to try and make out any
I
more.
think we get to the intersection, and if things look really, really bad, we can check it out. But otherwise, we need to have some faith in the Legionnaires that are there and everyone else. We can't fix everything.
Yeah. Alright, we'll get to the intersection and we'll have a look.
Alright. So we'll just continue.
I'll keep an eye on
path.
it as we go to the intersection.
You continue on for a few more hours till a little bit past midday. Maybe that kind of almost 1 in the afternoon. You return to the familiar intersection here, an unlit lantern on the signpost. From here, non-stop would be a day and a half to Woodend. Or, actually, it'll be a little less than that back to the city. It'd be half a day back to the city, sorry. So it would be adding a day total.
Okay, that's not bad.
Alright.
You get to that intersection and kind of look out. If you all want to make another perception check, you're welcome
Oh,
to.
for sure.
Anyone that's interested.
Come on.
27.
Yeah.
10.
What was their perception?
Yeah.
16.
16. All right. Yorna, in your sleepless haze, it's hard to make out any more details than what you could already see. Strider and Lily looking past, kind of focusing in on what you're seeing. It's not a single airship. There are 3 in parallel in the sky
I
above
don't
the
like
city.
this.
You can see sigils adorning the masts. You can see individuals that look like they are flying through the air up to the ships, and others that are flying back down towards the city. Every so often, even in the midday sun, you can see a flash of blue or a flash of orange against a building side.
I don't like that.
Do the sigils, can I see what this is on the mask?
It's just an emblem. Looks like some description of like a curled bird.
Are we under attack?
Do you see that as well?
Are we being attacked right now?
We need to head there. I think we're getting attacked by
I
mages.
can't see. I'm worried.
There's people flying around like this, and then like lights getting.
There are 3 airships up there.
I've never seen more than 1, so I think we gotta go. I trust the Legionnaires and whatnot, but they're fucking flying and maybe shooting magic.
Wouldn't we have to wait? If we're able to get some delay on these wounds with the clerics in the city, then I say we go into the city right now.
That might be better.
Strider already goes off.
Yeah.
Alright, I follow.
Okay.
I thought we all have people we cared about in the city anyway.
That we do.
All right. Continuing
This is not good.
forward towards the city here. Eventually, as you draw slightly closer, you can begin to hear the distant sounds of arcane projectiles being flung through the air, rock and ruin being strewn throughout various parts of the city. As you begin to get a little bit closer, part of that front wall has kind of buckled and partially crumbled.
Oh no.
You can see, as you draw closer, more of these mages, some of which able to move themselves up towards this ship, others that are being lifted on discs in battalions, it would seem, towards these airships for restocking or whatever is happening. Begin to draw closer. You can see near the front gate outskirts a few tents that have been set up. You can see a few hundred people that have maybe been pushed to the outskirts past the front gates of the city to be kept safe, to be kept out of whatever is happening.
And these are our people? On
These
the
appear to
outside
be
here?
civilians, people of the
Alright,
city that
I
are...
find the nearest civilian.
Yeah.
What's going on?
The wardens, they kind of... I don't know what happened. It was a nightmare. It all happened at once.
What happened with the wardens?
They just started attacking.
All of them?
All that I could see.
Ouch.
Thank you. We need to go.
Of course.
Did you see a group of Legionnaires come by?
Yes, this morning.
How long has this been going on?
We've been out here now for at least a day. This all started about 2 days ago.
Wait, 2 days ago? Did we leave 2 days ago?
No.
No.
We left 3 days ago.
Okay.
Now 4 days ago.
Yeah, it'll be like 4 or 5 days since you guys left the
Yeah.
city.
Alright, we rush in.
Yeah.
If horses can dash.
Of horses.
As you approach the city gates proper, you can see 2 or 3 what look like military spellcasters dressed in greens and golds, flinging spells up the main street. You can see legionnaires that are standing back to back with them, defending them. And rearing down that main street, you can see one of the larger lumber wardens and 2 of the shield wardens just barreling towards the front gates.
I see.
As explosions against them, one of those shield wardens, the shield goes flying off and lodges itself into the corner of a nearby building as they continue charging down the street as legionnaires run in their direction and just get shoved to the side. Just absolute mayhem. You can see several of the buildings in that city front district have cracks up the walls, rubble falling down, roofs that have caved in. There's fire in a few districts that looks like it is barely contained. And as you all run into the city, we might cut the session a little bit short, just so that we can pick up making your way back into Argentum.
Shit's hitting the fan.